Hi everyone, my name's Andy Allen. I'm from Wedding Trader and I'm here today with James Waddington, who is the Sales Director of Romantica of Devon. And we're going to be talking a little bit about this new collection and a little bit about how the bride has changed a little over what's happened over the last 18 months. So here we go. I'd like to welcome James to the interview. Thank you, James, for coming.
I know, thanks for having me.
Pleasure. So you've got a new spring-summer collection coming out in 2022. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. I just wanted to ask you really, how do you think brides have changed over the last 18 months in your experience of talking to retailers and brides to be as well?
Well, I think so far what we've seen is quite a softening of silhouettes, and I don't know whether it's because brides are just looking to have a really good time. To be honest, it's been a stressful year for everyone. However you fared throughout the pandemic, whether you've had stable work or not had stable work, or whether you've had illness or family illness, or whether you've been isolating or not isolating, or whether you've got young kids. I mean, everything about the pandemic's been challenging for so many people. And I think actually people want to go out there and have a big party on their wedding day. And I think that's the kind of focus, in which case we've seen a lot of the bigger dresses have had a few layers taken them out so people can move a bit more freely. But then again, we've seen that the really tight fishtail gowns probably softened into some more fit and flare, more boho dresses. A lot of people are doing kind of, more remote weddings, like just kind of basically, they just want to have a party, and they're doing that in any way that they can. And that's what we're seeing come through on the bridal fashion side. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's certainly been a very strange 18 months for everyone, and I'm sure that's the feeling. Yeah, it's got to be a celebration that people want, hasn't it? And a return to normality of sorts.
It's funny actually, because I don't know whether that will continue to change and evolve over the next couple of years, because after the Spanish flu and all that went with that in the 1920s, obviously after that was kind of the Gatsby Art Deco. Everything was completely over the top. Everything was completely showy and kind of very glamorous. So I don't know whether we're going to see that evolution as kind of full normality resumes and people can book kind of the big venues again, whether they'll then try and go for that kind of all-out glamour. And that's something that we're kind of watching as well and keeping an eye on and seeing whether that's what transpires.
Yeah. How would you describe the Romantica of Devon bride? How would you describe what kind of a girl she is? Just thinking of giving, boutique owners a background of what kind of girl shops for Romantica of Devon.
Yeah, so Romantica brides are, they're the girl next door. They're approachable. If you look at the price point of Romantica, we don't have anything that retails above 1,200. So, so many brides walk into retailers. It's something that I hear time and time again from existing stockists or new. Brides come into retailers and they say, I've got £1,000 budget. In our experience, you can get a lot of extra embellishment between that kind of 1,000 to 1,200, and a lot of brides are comfortable squeezing up to that price point, but actually get very uncomfortable once you start pushing above that. So once you start looking at the £1,500, £2,000 dresses. So from our point of view, we like to focus on that kind of £1,000 bride, and we think we do that area of the market very well, and that's what we look to deliver on.
Excellent. So you've got the new Spring-Summer 2022 collection coming out. I was wondering if we could discuss a few pieces from that collection, and you can run through with us and talk a little bit about the design and the fabrics and some of the details, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the first one we were going to talk about is the Emmy gown.
Yeah, so Emmy is she's a very traditional ball gown, quite large, lots of motifs all the way around the hem, just kind of cascading down from the bodice all the way down the skirt. She's got a really lovely subtle kind of blush colour. We obviously make her in ivory as well, but we find the blush can actually really help make the laces pop, which is lovely. One of the reasons that we reintroduced Emmy is because we've not seen that many bustiers and we've not seen that many tiebacks in bridal collections in general over the last few years, but it's still a classic shape. It's still a really traditional look for a wedding day, and we think with the modern motifs that we've gone for here that it kind of brings it up to the 21st century.
Lovely. Yeah, it's beautiful. We've got the Leona gown next.
Yeah, so Leona is actually my favourite dress in the collection, which could be a kiss of doom. So don't let that
Right. Okay.
don't let that anything to go by. But she's got these absolutely amazing kind of cold shoulder balloon sleeves, and the lace on her again is really modern. So the way it kind of cascades down, but it's almost like kind of viney in some ways. The way the lace runs, slight plunge on the neckline. But again, all of our plunge necklines and dresses like that, we can fill in at no extra charge. So yeah, I just think she's gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lovely, unusual design, that, isn't it, with the sleeves and the shoulder straps.
Yeah, absolutely. And they, and obviously, we just find that so many brides say that they want sleeves, and then when they put sleeves on, they actually say they're quite uncomfortable, they're quite restricting, because they don't realise that it's not like wearing a jumper, which is how they picture it. It's actually, they're couture and they're fitted gowns, and they don't have that kind of level of give and stretch in them. So this is one of the advantages of Leona. She's got kind of the balloon sleeves, so they are actually very comfortable in comparison. They allow that movement and that flexibility.
Lovely. Okay, then the next one we've got is Lexi.
Yeah, so Lexi's something a bit different. She's kind of gone down a storm on social media. She's done really well since the photo shoot. Just seems to be really popular. She's kind of got that 70s kind of boho vibe to her. Again, I mean, she's a trouser suit, so something a bit different. But again, we were kind of looking at the pandemic and saying a lot of brides just wanted to get married. So they may have just gone to a registry office just to get it done, and maybe they're going to have a party when full restrictions, not just restrictions, but when they feel safe, maybe in 12, 24 months, they can still get that venue that they've dreamed of. In which case, I believe she comes in at around 599 retail. So it's a really nice option to have that kind of beautiful look for that registry office wedding without being a full big wedding dress.
Yeah, it's a really nice tailored look, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's excellent. The next one we've got is Marley.
Yeah, Marley. So Marley's kind of a take on you've seen a lot of crepe dresses over the last 5 years, probably from many designers, where they're very fitted as they come down, but they've got these beautiful illusion effects on the train. So you've got these beautiful cut-out illusions on the train, and again, quite a lot on the cut-out bodices as well. And we kind of wanted to make something that we thought would upsize a bit better, because those dresses are so fitted that really they don't upsize as well. But so what we've done here is we've got a really lovely kind of soft chiffon skirt that's really nicely draped, so it will go up through the sizes nicer. Again, although it's got the cutout bodice, we any of our gowns with cutout bodices, illusion plunges and sides, we fill in free of charge. So you've got that fashionable look, so it's hanging on your rail, but actually your every bride, the one that walks in and actually buys the product, quite often they're going to want that filled in for obvious reasons. And so that's how we've kind of designed Marley. But again, you've got this amazing illusion detailing on the train. It's just something really gorgeous to look at when the bride walks down the aisle.
And just this is probably quite obvious to you, but I'm just wondering how do you actually go in about filling those parts of the dress in that maybe some brides want to alter? Yeah,
so we basically build a full bodice internally. I mean, in order that the dress has the structure, normally on that style of dress, you've got the boning in there anyway. So it's just a question of actually basically putting a full satin liner inside. And we build all our dresses with that as an option. So actually we just add the word Anne onto our dress name. So if you were to order Marley, as you see her there, then she'd come in with the cutout effect on the bodice. But if you were to order Marley Anne, then actually she would have that all filled in. It's not the most trendy way to name dresses, but it's effective, and our stockists know what we do.
Yeah, it works. Just thinking in general as well about accessories.
We do offer a number of different things. We've got something which we call bodies, and they're kind of almost look like swimsuits, and you can wear them under the dress, but they'll give you an illusion effect on the shoulders and the arms. And we do them in long sleeves and short sleeves. And the reason that we do them actually is because in a lot of Roman Catholic areas, brides have to cover up their shoulders when they go into church.
Yeah.
And actually they still like to not have that as the look in the evening. So they wear that underneath their dress, and then once they finish their ceremony, they can take that off.
Brilliant.
And then they can kind of, have that look that they want for their reception.
Perfect. Oh, the last dress we were going to look at is Wisdom.
Our best-selling gown over the last few years actually always seems to include a horsehair skirt. So they're that real princess kind of big skirt. It's got that lovely crossover detailing at the bust, and again a really nice modern detailing on the bodice. But yeah, it doesn't matter how many of these we bring out, but every year it seems to be in our bestseller list. So brides still want to look and feel like a princess on their wedding day, and that's what a horsehair skirt does.
Perfect. Yeah, it's a lovely gown, and the detail on the bustier, it's got like some kind of raised areas, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's basically really heavy beadwork,
right.
but kind of in like a creeper style, if that's the right word. But like it looks like creeping plants. It's amazing.
Oh, lovely, beautiful. Okay, well, thank you for joining us today, James. Thanks for showing us the new collection. I'm sure there's some great gowns there that people are going to be thinking about. Where can people see you this year? Where are you?
So, I mean, we've got a full team of reps who go out on the road and they carry the whole collection. So, if you'd like to be seen in the comfort of your own boutique, and you're still not comfortable with trade shows, then that's absolutely something that we're still doing, something that we'll always do. Having said that, we'll also be over at the St George in Harrogate. We've been there for about 20 years now. So, once you've been in the main halls and then you're looking to kind of get comfortable on a nice thick plush carpet, then come and put your feet up with us. We've got a bar and our own menus, and we've got our own catwalk show, and that's where we'll be.
Excellent. So we'll put your email address on the bottom of the screen, and no doubt a lot of boutique owners will see you at Harrogate.
Brilliant. Yeah, look forward to seeing you all there.
All right. Thank you for joining us, James.
No, thanks for having us.
Cheers then. Bye. Bye.
Cheers, Andy.